The next watch belonged to a really famous person who made a lot of money, and the last one, they're absolutely just stealing money from the guy.
It's Bernie Madoff's Rolex.
Who's Bernie Madoff?
Bernie Madoff, the greatest educator of our time.
He schemed and stole billions and billions of dollars.
Oh, that rat.
Or you can call it stealing billions and billions of dollars. This is a pre-Daytona chronograph, one of the first ones they ever made. They would add another sub-dial down there later in the years. The good ones, they go for like 70 plus K, something like that, but they're actually very rare. And it's hard to find them, and most of them are all fucked up.
I bought this at the U.S. Marshal Service auction where they were auctioning off all of Bernie Madoff's personal items.
How much did you pay for it?
Well, that's a fucking fun auction.
I paid $32,000 for it. There seemed to be some stir about maybe, years from now, there's going to have a pedigree like anything associated with Al Capone or John Dillinger.
He definitely wasn't no Capone or Dillinger. He ripped off little old ladies. It wasn't like he was a bootlegger.
This guy doesn't sound like a game.
The guy's fucking pissed. Just look at this man's face.
When I hear professionally restored, that means that you get a watchmaker and goes, let me replace that dial for you in those hands so this thing looks good. And replaces them with a dial that looks brand new, but it's worth a lot less money.
It's either you have the fucked up watch, which you keep in the safe and see, oh, it's this rusty piece of shit I got, or the thing that you can actually wear. It depends. It depends on the watch collector.
It's all legitimate Rolex. Case is Rolex, the movement's Rolex, except for the face and the hands. The face, I'm talking the dial.
I mean, if the face and the hands are not fucking Rolex, then fair fucking play. Alright, if it's aftermarket, it's aftermarket. If it's restored, like in Japan, you seen those videos where the guy just cleans the shit?
A dial in this shape, if it was all original, we're talking the watch $35,000.
This is one of those restored dials, probably. So it's steel and one of those restored dials, and you can pick it up for 25K. Who's gonna wear this? That's like strapping a piece of garbage to your hand and walking around with it. So is he gonna accept? Probably no.
I certainly think it's worth more than that.
You can pick one up like with the messed up dial, but it's all original and probably working half of the time for like 15K. Is the fair deal? You can tell me in the comments. I don't know.
Just found out about a guy who's got an Audemars Piguet, Royal Oak, Arnold Schwarzenegger, end of days watch. I've been looking for one of these things forever.
Did it actually belong to Arnold? That's the question.
Well, that's the right box. Is there a watch in the box?
No, it's not.
For my AP end of days watch, I'm hoping to get maybe around $40,000.
So if it actually belonged to Arnold, it'll be like double or triple the value.
Definitely cool. So Audemars and Piguet, they came out with the Royal Oak, and that became the flagship watch of AP.
And they still make it till this day. Every day there are more Audemars Piguet watches than Royal Oaks.
And to this day, if you want one of these, there's a waiting list.
Yep.
And it's a very rugged watch.
There is no waiting list. You just go to Chrono24 or give Roman Sharf a call, and there's no waiting list for you.
Great sports watch, but like when it came out, critics hated it. I mean, like it's got an exposed gasket, it's got screws everywhere. It was a metal monstrosity, is what they called it.
It's cool, and it was designed by Joe Genta, I believe, and it's supposed to resemble, like, when you dive underwater. So you're supposed to wear this huge mask, right? You see? And it's supposed to resemble exactly that. So there's the screws, and there's the hole, and you look through it, and it's like tough underwater case. People used to do this.
He did wear one of them in the movies. As to whether it was actually this one, we're not sure.
No, it's not.
Hey, do you mind if I take a look?
No, please do.
What was he looking for? There is no silver lining in it. If it's heavy and it works, probably the watch.
The screws are right, the face are right, the hands are right. The value of its brand has gone up tremendously, and the collectability of its watches has gone way, way up. This one being such a limited production, I think it will go up. I'd like to buy it off you for a reasonable price.
As the world is switching to like smaller dials and smaller watches, the big clunky watches are not that exciting for people anymore. It was driven by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's not that popular at the moment because he's promoting like no meat products and shit at this point.
How much you want for it?
I was looking, hoping something in the 40,000 range.
If you go to Chrono, it's 40K.
31?
No, what about 33?
32?
5? Split the difference?
32.5, you got a deal.
Okay.
What you got here?
It's a 1983 Seiko TV watch,
You already want this. Like, I already want this.
as seen in the James Bond film Octopussy.
No way, dude. You have the watch from Octopussy?
Yep,
What's cooler than wearing the same watch as James Bond?
exactly. It's the original smartwatch.
In the 1980s,
And it's also
Seiko
working.
was just ahead of their time when it came to watches. They were innovative, and they were pushing the market just to a whole new level. And even made a computer functioning watch.
That's the computer watch he's talking about, and it's around 1,000 pounds. Very cool, I know.
This was actually the smallest TV set in the world.
The obsession with watching something on the go at that time was like a different thing.
Got this big giant receiver right here, and I
That's
imagine
the
you guys
antenna.
put this in your pocket, walk around with it.
Yeah, the idea was you hook this wire up to the watch and then run it up your sleeve and keep that thing in your shirt pocket.
And they shipped this product. This is what I call innovation. They didn't give a fuck. Put an antenna in your pocket, run the wire through your sleeve, fucking connect it to the watch. Fuck you. Watch TV at work. No one gives a fuck. Here are the headphones. $4.99.
Does it work?
I think it does. I mean, the watch itself keeps time. I actually haven't turned
Come
it
on,
on to see
work.
if the TV comes through in quite some time, so.
Okay, well, you got the plug right here.
Yeah.
Mind if I try it out?
Yeah, let's check it out. That's a fuzzy signal.
Imagine you don't get an adapter for this. You can't actually get a picture on it.
Was hoping to get like $800 out of it.
I just don't see it bringing that much. I think we sold one for right around $300. I could do 175.
All right.
They are actually selling like for a decent price, so it's like $600. You can get them $400. 175 is not a good price, but guy.